Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Chag Sameach. Impermanence certainly is the theme of Kohelet that we read today. To everything there is a season. And right now, it is the season of Sukkot. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time for every purpose under heaven. Here's a little song I wrote about the festival of Sukkot. Be happy, it's Sukkot. You take the lulav and the etrog too. You shake 'em, shake 'em, shake 'em, that's what you do. Be happy, it's Sukkot. Ay, 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 hodul Hashem. Ay, ay, hodul Hashem. Ki tov. Ay, 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 ki leolam. Ay, ay, ki leolam. Chaz tov. It is Sukkot, the season of our joy, Zman Simchatenu. There is in the Mishnah something that you might not be familiar with. It describes the amazing events that happened at the temple long ago, during this time of joy. And the Mishnah states that Misha lo ra'a simchat beit hasho'eva lo ra'a simcha miyamav. One who did not see the celebration of the place of the drawing of the water never saw celebration in his days. There was a water ceremony. There was also that the Talmud describes the festivities in detail, from the alighting of an immense candelabrum set in the temple courtyard, each holding gallons of oil and fit with wicks made from priests' worn-out vestments. Nothing goes to waste, which generated such intense light that they illuminated every courtyard in the city. A Levite orchestra of flutes, trumpets, harps, and cymbals. Flutes, trumpets, harps, and cymbals, accompanied torchlight processions, and men who had earned the capacity for real spiritual joy through their purity, character, and scholarship, danced ecstatically to the hand-clapping, foot-stomping, and hymn-singing. Chasidim v'anshei ma'aseh hayu merakadim b'nifneihem. The pious and the men of action. We're not quite sure what that means, anshei ma'aseh. I'm thinking maybe it means circus skills. Would dance before the people who attended the celebration. And the following is Renee's favorite part of Sukkot, with flaming torches that they would juggle with their hands, and they would sing songs of praise to God. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Well, let's try it again. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Okay, that was better. So then what? Zman Simchatenu is Sukkot. The other Shlosh of the Shlosh Regalim also have their own names. What's Pesach? Zman Cherutenu, the season of our freedom. What is Shavuot? Zman Matan Toratenu, the season of the giving of our Torah. But here we have the name attributed to Sukkot, the only one that comes right from Tanakh. It comes right from the Bible. Those other names are all rabbinic given. But this one comes right from Torah. It is divided from the Torah portion from the first days of Sukkot, in which we are instructed to what? Rejoice. Thank you, Shulamit. Before Yud Hey Vav Hey during the week of Sukkot. Boy, is this ever a change of mood from the only 5 days ago, yes? Before Sukkot, when, as Didi reminded us, through fasting and prayer, we gave it our all on Yom Kippur. So here's my question. Be joyous when we're still reeling from October 7th, from virulent anti-Semitism, our nation at war with itself, climate change causing displacement, famine, and so much suffering, and on and on and on it goes. The season of our joy somehow feels out of reach. But Sukkot has an ingenious method for bringing joy in the midst of suffering, if we choose to accept it. And this is from an article that was in The Atlantic that I read by Arthur Brooks. Sukkot, it's called reverse emotional causation. Everybody say that together. Reverse emotional causation. Sukkot instructs us to number of things. Recall being saved from Egypt, to be humble, be grateful for the abundance and we enjoy, to celebrate the holiday even if our hearts are hard. By this means, Sukkot kind of engineers the joy it seeks to instill. We've all heard about studies in which people, it is scientifically proven that people who smile more often are happier people. Yes, try it yourself sometimes. Even when life seems to be sucking all the joy out of us, if we, like the Buddha, allow a small little smile to emerge in the corner of our mouths, something will arise within us that we need to and we're invited to access. By this means, Sukkot engineers the joy it seeks to instill. Perhaps that's why it tells us, instructs us, commands us to be joyful. Ach sameach, only joy. Another word I learned this week, metacognition. Everybody together? Metacognition. That's the capacity to, this is Arthur Brooks's words, cultivate an impartial awareness of your emotions. A capacity to see them as important information, but not as a mandate for any particular behavior. Those of us who have mindfulness meditation practice or any other kind of meditation practice recognize this, what he's saying, to be just that. We recognize everything that's happening around us to be information that we don't have to act on. Here's some good ways to practice metacognition. Vipassana meditation, insight meditation, journaling, which many of you do, and prayer, which of course shifts the focus from outward being to inward being and taking stock of who we are and perhaps something arising that we need to really notice. It shifts the experience of involuntary emotion into the realm of conscious attention. Are you paying attention right now? Are you paying attention to what is arising inside of you? Oh, this is a whole crock. Or, oh, this makes a lot of sense. Ah, I recognize this to be true for myself. Let's sit for a moment and just allow whatever to arise needs to arise to do so. If we allow our breaths to stop the chatter and to allow that deep stillness to be accessed, we're getting closer to the joy that is ours, to the life that we have inherited and that we've been promised. Kohelet starts out this way. Havel havalim, amar Kohelet. Havel havalim, hakol havel. What does it mean? Utter futility, said Kohelet. believed to be King Solomon in his later years. Utter futility, all is futile. These are the words of Kohelet that we read on Sukkot. Isn't that joyous that everything is futile? However, what is the literal meaning of Havel? The literal meaning is breath. The literal meaning is, I like to think of it as that breath, that in the wintertime when it's really cold and you breathe and you see your breath and then the breath just dissipates. That is what King Solomon, Kohelet, is suggesting that life is. It's fleeting. It's impermanent. It's here and it's gone. Havel havalim amar Kohelet. Havel havalim hakol havel can be then reinterpreted as it is here. Merest breath, said Kohelet. All is mere breath. That is from Robert Alter. That is a translation that I hold on to, because if we think that life is all breath as opposed to all futility, it's a different angle at which to live our lives. L'chol zman ve'et l'chol chefetz tachat hashamayim. Continues the text. A season is set for everything, a time for every experience under heaven. Eit laledet ve'et lamut, eit lata'at ve'et la'akur natua. A time for being born, a time for dying, a time for planting, and a time for uprooting the planted. I suspect that King Solomon might have gotten this from Pete Seeger. Looking at the text, I have to be reminded, coming so close on the heels of Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah, that this is an echo of who shall live and who shall die in Tana Tokef, in which the answer is yes, some of us will live and some of us will die, because that is life. And we have to hold that with great, great equanimity. Sing it with me. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. And we're looking at Pete Seeger, of blessed memory, his banjo. Do you know what those words are that form a circle around the corners of his banjo skin? It says that this instrument surrounds hate and forces it to surrender. I don't know if he was thinking about joy in that moment, but maybe that is the power of joy. In his elder years, King Solomon reminds us that our time here on earth is but a fleeting breath, a temporary journey through moments that pass like the wind. In the brevity of our days, we are reminded to live with purpose, to love deeply, and to seek what is true and eternal. And Sukkot reminds us to joyfully embrace the short time we have to be here now. And so, my sweet friends, these are some things that make me joyous when we are together, when we're celebrating, when we're in the Sukkah, when you ask me about my Zumagog. Oh, pets that I have loved, children that I do love, my wife that I always love. And before we get to that, also, this is what brings me joy.
He's the winning run in game 3. Fry, deep drive, left field. Fry's watching. It is a walk-off home run. David Fry lights up the Cleveland night.
I hope I can steal a little summoning from you, Dave. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Swing and a long drive. Deep left field. Going. It's gone. Goodbye. Game over. It's a walk-off. Game-winning, season-saving home run for Jason Ward. And the Nationals have won the game 2-1. Unbelievable.
That is joy. May this Shabbat, may this Shabbat, may this Sukkot, and may this New Year be filled with joy, the joy that we all deserve. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.